We never do this. We're breaking all the rules by making this video in the way in which we are making it. The game is not over. We are using the screen recording app. This is not a regular commentary. This is a reaction. This is an assessment. This is a deep dive into the top players that have quit on the Vancouver Canucks. As always, the show is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Use the link in the description to get some free months on your VPN. It's one of the best in the market, and it helps us out too. But this game is not even over yet. It's 6-1 Winnipeg at the time of recording this audio. I'm watching the game in front of me right now. Obviously, it's on mute. I don't want the NHL to go out there and start copyright striking my channel, but the Canucks are not good. 6-1 right now for Winnipeg. It was 6-0 earlier on. It was 3-0 earlier on in the first period. Kyle Connor with a natural hat trick. By the way, guess who benched Gabe Vilardi today in fantasy? I told y'all that I have a rule. I don't bet against the Vancouver Canucks or the Wings or the Canadiens. If it's such a situation where we need to make a choice, who do we sit, who do we play, I always bench the guy who's going against one of my top teams because I don't want to bet against my teams. It's my tiebreaker. It's usually kind of stupid. Oh my goodness, Tyler Myers just fell down. What a turnover. I'm watching the game. I'm sorry. But I do have Gabe Vilardi in multiple fantasy teams. I had him playing in some, benched on others, so I didn't get the maximum points available in this game. Either way, Kyle Connor with a natural hat trick in the first period that could have very well been preventable. They were talking about this on the broadcast, Shorty and Tomlinson, how the first goal scored by Kyle Connor wasn't even really a Kyle Connor goal. It was more so of a Kevin Lankinen mishap. Lankinen has the puck behind the Canucks net. He tosses it over to Vilardi, who throws it over to the front of the goal where Connor is there to shoot it into the open cage. Lankinen made the mistake there. And I don't want to say that he had, like, the worst game possible, because I do think a lot of the other goals weren't his fault, but everything started with 1-0. Everything started with this terrible turnover. But as the game continued, as the period continued, more turnovers, more Kyle Connor goals, and less Vancouver Canucks pressure. You're looking at the 2-0 goal right here. Guess who is at the blue line? Oh yeah, it's Elias Pettersson. He misses it. Okay, great. Kyle Connor picks it up, throws it over to Vilardi. Vilardi over to the side, the shot, the rebound, and Vilardi is there, or excuse me, Kyle Connor is there. Guess who's on the back check? Well, they've got a bunch of guys on the back check, but they don't catch Connor. Okay, great. Who are the forwards trailing? You've got Pettersson, you've got DeBrusk. Nobody is there on Connor. I'm sorry, Petey, that's kind of your guy. And then the next goal, right away. How many seconds was that? Like 26 seconds after. Guess who? It's Kyle Connor on a breakaway, and JT Miller is right there behind the play. Miller, you're supposed to cover for Myers. But nope. Miller ends up gliding towards the goal. Connor comes in, he shoots, he scores. It's a breakaway goal. I don't want to blame Lankinen for a shot and a rebound out in front. I don't want to blame Lankinen for a breakaway. Kyle Connor, 3 straight goals, and then he had himself another assist later on in the third period. By the way, shout out to Hoglander for the extra goal to break the shutout. I'm playing off against one dude who has Connor Hellebuyck this week, so I was like, please don't get a shutout, please don't get a shutout, but at the same time, I do have Hellebuyck on one of my other teams, so yeah, it's kind of hard managing 8 teams in a season, but what I wanted to do in this video, and it's the reason we're going out there and using the Streamlabs instead of just making a normal commentary, I wanted to go over some thoughts, because a lot of these goals, based off of the way that some of these Canucks forwards are playing, you can say that Elias Pettersson, he's got to be better. He had a great game against Toronto the other night, yeah, but he's got to be better. JT Miller, this might have been one of the worst games he had played as a Canuck this season, even without these goals. Like, you even exclude the Kyle Connor breakaway goal, JT Miller in the first few moments of the first period, I was already feeling a little bit antsy about. The guy was not taking passes cleanly, the guy was not skating well, the guy wasn't moving, and here's the thing. Petey played poorly too. I think Miller was a little bit worse. Maybe that's just me being biased. But the video is titled and thumbnailed in a certain way, heartless, you know? In the night, however the song goes, I don't really know. I'm not a Kanye fan, unfortunately, but I like that one song. Let's go out there and read some tweets that I ended up bookmarking. So, JPat went out there and posted the Kyle Connor 3-0 goal. Again, no video footage. NHL, I don't want y'all on my behinds, but Miller's the guy in the middle, and guess what? He doesn't really hustle back. He glides. Neither the back check nor the body language here is strong. Like, that could have been a save, and the play is still alive. Another tweet by Nikhil. It's appalling how mentally weak both Miller and Pettersson are. When they aren't playing well, they look disinterested. They don't move their feet, and they pout. I love both players, but it's just insane how mentally fragile this core is. Let's go out there and read. Too many nights go by with opposing teams' stars outplaying the Canucks stars by a big margin. How did Tocchet manage to lose his two best forwards mentally, physically, and emotionally? Selke. I would argue that when Petey isn't scoring, he at least plays defense. Miller doesn't. He takes so many games off. Another tweet goes out there and says, hey, JT was the low ice time guy 5-on-5 for the Canucks in that period. Also, he had lost his spot on the first power play to Jonathan Lekkerimäki. And, yep, it is indeed awesome. Just trade him if he's going to be a baby. At least can he pretend to look like he cares? Pettersson has to be bullying him now. That's funny. That is really funny. I did not expect that kind of discourse to pop out there on Canucks media. JT Miller has quit on the team. Get him gone. Miller has given up. I think it's frustration with Tocchet's system. The dump and chase and low-danger play is stifling offense. I remember the beginning of the season, Miller talked about not going for points this year. Maybe he knew. He's still hurt, and he still plays hard even with the reduced minutes. We'll see about that. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to go out there and just bring up these ideas because I've been seeing them percolate on Canucks social media, and the people are talking about it on the subreddit. Oh, Miller's given up on the team. Miller's not looking engaged. Pettersson's not moving his feet. This is one of these things, right? Like, Jannik Hansen said it best on 650 all those months ago. When a game becomes 3, 4, 5-0 super early on, there's nothing to learn about it. Like, it's 3-0 in the first period. Kyle Connor gets the hat trick. Good on him for getting his 24th, 25th, and 26th goals on the season. But wow, did the Vancouver Canucks not even come out in the second and give themselves a chance, because it's Neal Pionk, 39 seconds in, who hammers the one-time slap shot bomb. Was it even a one-timer? I don't remember. It was a while ago, and I ended up tuning out after it became 4-0. I do have Pionk on multiple fantasy teams too, so I was kind of happy with this. Like, you know, I don't like to bet against Vancouver, but if there's a tiebreaker, if there are multiple guys that I need to make a decision on who to play, who to sit, then I'll bet against whatever other team, not my Canucks. However, for defense, I was pretty okay, which is why Pionk ended up playing. Anyways, long story short, this might have been the worst loss of the season, and we've said that a few times this year. It's pretty bad, and I know there are going to be a lot of people disagreeing in the comments. Oh, Miller was fine. Like, oh, I don't know, man. Just watch some of the back-checking. This is what I talk about, man, when it comes to Miller hurting the team, Pettersson, quote-unquote, hurting the team. I think Pettersson makes mistakes. I don't think Pettersson is a perfect player, especially this year. I think he's usually been pretty fine defensively. Miller, I don't know, man. This game, what a game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The Canucks ended up losing to the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, the game's over now, 6-1. Great. Thoughts in the comments section. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.